All right, so when we're looking at this, we want to write the inequality for the graph that was given below. So remember, how we're going to start this is we're just going to start with the form of y equals mx plus b. What is the line? So I can see that I do have a y-intercept of 6. So I can write 6 over here, and I see that I go down 8 over 2, which if I put that in my calculator, becomes negative 4x plus 6, like that. Now, I'm going to erase my equal sign because I don't know what goes there. I do know it's two options. Because it's a solid line, I know it's greater than or equal to, or it's less than or equal to. To determine it, I'm going to pick a point that's in my highlighted area. So I'm going to pick the point 0, 0. If I pick the point 0, 0 and plug it in, this means I get 0 box negative 4 times 0 plus 6. When I do that and simplify it, I get 0 and 6. Now the question is, what belongs in the box? Greater than or equal to or less than or equal to? Well, if I think about it, 0 is smaller than 6, so that means 0, or I need to put less than or equal to right here. So I can write less than or equal to. So that's what goes in my box up on top, is less than or equal to. So how I'd write this is y is less than or equal to negative 4x plus 6, which we can check. Okay? So again, if we're doing the same thing, write it in y equals mx plus b. I start with y equals. I can see that my y-intercept's at 2, so I can write plus 2. For my slope, I see that I go up 8 and to the right 2, so that's the same thing as 4, because 8 divided by 2 is 4, so I can write 4x. From here, again, I erase my equal sign, and I need to figure out what goes in the box. I have two options. Because it's a dotted line, I know it's less than or it's greater than. Pick any point in the highlighted area. Again, 0, 0 is just my favorite point, so it's what I tend to do the most. So if I try this, I get 0 box 4 times 0 plus 2. This then becomes 0 box, and this side just becomes a 2. Now the question is what belongs there? Less than or greater than? Well, if I think about this, 0 is definitely smaller than 2. So Pac-Man wants to eat the 2, so this means that I should put a less than sign right there. So that's what goes right here. Meaning when I write this out, I'd write y is less than 4x plus 2, which we can check. Oh, that's my bad. That's because that should have been, sorry, I only went up 6 and over 2, so this should have been a 3x instead of a 4x. So all of the steps were the exact same, I just typed the wrong number in, okay? And doing this one last time, we can see that we've got the line. We're going to go y equals. My y-intercept's at negative 4. When I'm looking at this, I see that I go down 2 and to the right 6. So if I simplify this, that means I get negative 1/3 x. From here, again, I don't know what goes between my y and the rest of my equation, but I got to figure that out. I do know it's two options. It's either greater than or it's less than. I pick a point in the highlighted area. I'm going to pick 0, 0. So I get 0 box, negative 1/3 times 0 minus 4. From here, I get 0 with the box and then negative 4. Well, if I'm looking at this, remember 0 is bigger than negative 4, so that means I'm going to pick greater than, so that's what goes in my box. So I'm going to write y is greater than negative 1/3 x minus 4, which we can check. Okay, and that's how you can write an inequality when you're given the graph.